So we got the answers. The prayers have been answered, is what I'm trying to say. Dallas Mavericks are reportedly firing general manager Nico Harrison, and it's not a report. He is in fact gone 9 months after Luka Doncic was traded to the Lakers. So they've been asking for it. Nico's out. We got a video. They had a special fan talking to the owner, and they got the footage here. Let's see what's going on.
He definitely expressed regret about the Luka trade, said that we all make mistakes, and his was just broadcast on a national level. But yeah, I definitely understood that he was unhappy with the way things had turned out, and that what he did was a regret of his. So actually, what really happened is I was talking to Tammy, the woman who works our seats, and we've known Tammy for years, and I was like, she knew I was supposed to apologize to Patrick. So as I was about to go walk up to him, I was like, well, I need to go talk to Patrick now. And his security actually overheard me saying that, and he was like, no, you can't go talk to him. And I was like, no, wait, this is why I want to go talk to him. And that's when his security walked up to him, and Patrick, I guess, remembered who I was or something of the sort, and told his security that it was all right and that he wanted me to come sit next to him.
Okay. So
I thought it was going to be a lot more negative of a conversation. I thought I was going to be doing a lot more apologizing than I did. I wasn't particularly nervous or anything. He's just a guy. He's just a guy with a lot of money. But yeah, I needed to apologize, and that's kind of what was going through my head.
So you get the apology out of the way. He said he kind of recognized you, I guess, from that one moment. And what happened after that? What did y'all talk about?
Yeah, we talked about the trade. He kind of asked me a little bit about myself, what my background was as a Mavericks fan, as a sports fan. Obviously I apologized for giving them the bird. And then we just spoke about the Mavericks for 2 minutes before I got up. And obviously I was watching the game a little bit. Yeah.
Man, it's crazy. A lot of people are giving this kid credit for getting Nico fired. They say that conversation was the nail in the coffin for Nico, because the Mavericks, who have been struggling out the gate, even in games when they're at home and winning in the fourth quarter, they were still chanting "Fire Nico" when they were at the free throw line. And the owner admitted that, that he didn't think that it was going to be like this detrimental to the city. He just thought it was another player, and thought that they could go in on this all defense type of model, because they want to win a championship, and not thinking about the community or how much Luka meant to the community. So this is wild. Everyone's been absolutely talking about this. They said that this is going to go down as the dumbest trade in basketball history.
You think so?
And that no one knows what he's thinking. I mean, Luka's got the Lakers in the top 4 spot out in the crazy West, where there's like 12 teams that are good. And he's doing it without LeBron, without Austin Reeves sometimes, without a bunch of rotation players. They've been really down a lot of people and still finding ways to win. And Luka's been averaging dang near like a 38, 40-point triple-double so far this season. So I feel like it was like the worst case scenario.
True, and then it is actually funny how the NBA conspiracy is going out, saying how the NBA was conspiring against. The NBA basically had something to do with this also, because of viewerships were down with the NBA, and they needed basically a jolt of energy basically to boost it up.
A shot in the arm.
Basically a shot in the arm, and what they did was they came with the whole Luka getting traded for AD. But the thing that I didn't understand is like, they asked like they were saying that, oh yeah, they asked the Timberwolves for Anthony Edwards, and then they called the Spurs and asked for Victor Wembanyama, and they all said no. And then that's when they ended up coming to the Lakers, and the Lakers like, oh yeah, let me think about it, and they ended up doing it. So I don't know if that was all a cover up, or like, did they really want Anthony Edwards in them, or did they like go to the teams that knew that you ain't no way you trading Anthony Edwards or Victor Wembanyama, so we gonna ask y'all, so to make it seem like we basically trying, but we already really know what's going on. We already did some tampering.
Well, I mean, Nico Harrison used to work for Nike. He was a Nike exec. He used to deal with Kobe, and Rob Pelinka, who's the GM for the Lakers, was like Kobe's manager, his agent, if you will. And so they had a really good relationship, and supposedly they had had this conversation like way before, like I don't like just joking around, like, oh, would you ever trade AD? Like, oh, would you ever trade Luka? Like just kind of joking around. And then a few months later, they actually had a real conversation when I think things weren't going their way for either team, and they ended up doing it. But I mean, I don't know, man. There's a lot of conspiracy, like you said, that they needed a shot in the arm. I was actually watching Gilbert Arenas. He brought up a fantastic point that he believes that it was the NBA, but not just for viewership, but for evaluation. Because if you notice, like 5 to 10 franchises has sold in the past 5 years, and the Lakers sold like a few months after Luka was traded to the Lakers. So Luka gets traded to the Lakers, their evaluation goes through the roof, and then they sell. So then that sets the market price at, I forget off the top of my head, whatever the Lakers sold for. And that's like way more than it would have been like without Luka and way before. So they boost the evaluation when one team, so they basically raise the evaluation of all the other teams the next time that an NBA team sells. So I believe it could have been done for that, and also for what you were saying for viewership. It could have been a dual combo there that benefited them in two ways more than one.
True, but do you really feel like this is like one of the worst trades in NBA
Yes.
history? Because I mean, think about it. You have the whole the Nets trading for Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett, or you have
I mean that's
or the James Harden trade, or any trade with Bradley Beal.
yeah.
Definitely any trade with Bradley Beal has to be hard because he's finessing everybody.
Yeah, but they didn't really end up like affecting things that much.
All the money, you see how much money they're paying Bradley Beal?
I think also one of the worst trades was whenever the Hawks actually drafted Luka and traded him for Trae Young and a pick.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, it is a lot of things they're saying, and then some people like I think not Gilbert Arenas. I forget, it was Matt Barnes. Matt Barnes and them were saying it's really not Nico that did it. It was
The ownership.
It was the ownership because they say that Nico really can't. He's just the face. He's just taking all the blame. But and then they see like his videos out there of Mark Cuban saying, "Nah, you got the wrong guy. You got the wrong guy."
Well, there's also a conspiracy that the owners of the Dallas is like what is it?
The people from Vegas,
the DuPonts,
yeah.
Or what? I'm sorry, whatever their name is. That they are into gambling. That they like casinos, and that they're trying to get gambling legalized in Dallas, so they could kind of have like a casino arena where you could do all kind of sports gambling and like make it a mecca. And then that got turned down. So to piss off everyone there in Texas and in Dallas, they're like, oh, you don't want to allow gambling here? You want to vote down gambling even though we bought your team? Well, how about we trade your favorite player? Like, screw you.
That's crazy.
And then also that with them being new owners and then buying it from Mark Cuban, Luka was going to get a huge contract that was going to be, almost like, one of the top, like paid as a top player, of course. He's an all-NBA player. And they were basically thinking with him, his injury history, not being in shape, that he maybe is not going to be able to fulfill that contract, that they didn't want to pay him. The owners maybe didn't want to. It seems like that they didn't want to get into it. So there's a whole multitude of things, I think, that led to this happening. And I don't know which one weighed in more than maybe all the others, which factored in the most. But comment down what you think about this whole situation with the Mavericks, with Luka, with the Lakers, the conspiracy theories. Which one do you believe? Do you believe that maybe there's a few of them that are true, or if it's mainly one than the other, or which one's fake? Comment down below. We want to hear from you and see what you think. Do you have any final comments on this?
All I gotta say, I feel like the main reason why he got fired and why it took so long is because once AD came to training camp fat,
and it was done.
It was over with. Like, yeah, you're done. Like, even the person you traded for, he can't stay healthy, and he coming back fat, talking about, oh yeah, this is how usually I come back in shape, and then I play the season, I lose more weight than I'm small, and now I feel like I'm gonna come back big, and then I'm gonna lose weight. Right? Like, now he just looks all crazy. The Mavs look crazy. They're 3-9. Y'all comment down below. Do y'all?
Oh, I wanna ask you one thing. If you're the Dallas Mavericks, do you keep this team going, or there's rumors that they might just want to just completely get away from the situation and rebuild and get a whole new team? Do you think that they should like wholesale all their players for assets and picks, or should they try to wait till Kyrie gets back and see if they could
Save the season?
turn the season around, or tank the season, or should they just rebuild and trade all their players?
I feel like they can save the season. I feel like once Kyrie comes back, what, after All-Star game or
He's
in
supposed to be
January?
coming back in December,
Okay,
either late December or early January, the latest. But yeah, he's coming back soon. It's
I feel
not
like
even
he.
that far away. Like it's already November 14th basically. So I mean, it's really not that far away.
Yeah, I can see him being the playing team, being like the team that was fighting for the last playing spot.
Yeah.
I can see it.
I mean, I honestly think that's where the Spurs are going to be, but that's with, Wemby always misses games. That's with him missing games, but he's been healthy so far, so we'll see. Comment down below what you think. But let's keep the NBA talk going.